We are back on a Wednesday night to take care of the Thursday MLB DFS slate. It's a quick slate, man. We're going to get through this slate super quick because the main slate is only 5 games. So we're going to figure out ways to get different. Had to, sweat out a potential Mets win. They're playing right now. It's around 11 o'clock on the East Coast. They're up 9-5. So we're doing all right there. Got the DeGrom going tomorrow. So with that being said, Dave, DeGrom up top. The guy is just fade him at your own risk. I won't fade him. I think it's stupid to fade a guy that comes off a DL and goes for 12 Ks and 10 Ks at 76 damn pitches. Like, to do what he's doing, forget about pitch count. It don't even matter. He can, if he got up to 85 or 90, what can he do? He's been flirting with perfect games, throughout some of these innings too. So DeGrom up top against Atlanta. Atlanta does not scare me at all. I know, they've been scoring some runs in the series when guys have been hurt and off bullpen. And, Darren Ruff has shut him down for 2 innings, throwing 55. But, DeGrom, 10-3. It's a fair price. This is probably the last time you'll see DeGrom, I would say, under 10-8, 10-9. If DraftKings keeps him at this price, it's just going to be, everybody playing him. You could fade him in a 5-game slate, I guess. You have McClanahan and Darvish with plus matchups against, Kansas City and Washington. But it's going to be a tough fade of DeGrom if you're going to go that route.
Yeah, I think, look, I'm stunned he's 10-3. Usually in a short slate, they even inflate salaries a little bit. And he's coming off a game against the Phillies when he was untouchable. And like you said, 76 pitches. He saw the Braves the game before that, 75 pitches, and went for 35.6 DraftKings points. He's the man. And there's not much more you can put to it. There's no thinking here. It's simply put, he's the best pitcher on any slate. And when I can get him for 10-3, even versus an offense like the Braves, it's a no-brainer. I'm not going to fade him. And the good thing about the Braves, and you saw it a little bit with Scherzer tonight, they are a high strikeout team. So I do see potential. He had 12 against the Braves in 6 innings before. Actually, he only went 5 in that game, didn't he? 5 2/3.
Crazy.
I see another double-digit affair here. So, no fade here. I think he's automatic. What I am a little concerned about is McClanahan. I don't know what your take is on him lately, but I got to watch a little bit of that O's game the other day, and yet they were fluky hits. Don't get me wrong. And the one play he got really mad at is they did the shift, and he got a weak ground at a shortstop off a lefty, but no shortstop was there. And it dribbled through, 2 runs scored. That's the only way the O's scored. But it's not that. It's as much as his Ks in the last 3 games, 4.34. Before that, I mean, he wasn't under 7 or 8. So it's a little concerning that I'm starting to see is it usage? I'm not sure. KC's a team we can attack. I'm still feeling okay. But if it's DeGrom and McClanahan, it's clearly DeGrom.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to choose to go to DeGrom, and for good reason. I think you can go 2 aces on this slate. There's been so many times throughout the entire year where there's so many 2K guys. It might be a little bit tougher in a 5-game slate, but I think you can go with 2 studs, man. You can go DeGrom and McClanahan. If you want the discount, I do see the K dip off in the last 3 games. Don't get me wrong. It's there, but it is Kansas City. Not too long ago, 3 weeks ago, he's averaging like 25, 35 points a game. So that game can come back out of him at any time. KC is a good option. The discount to Darvish saves you another $700. He's in play. I'm not touching Max Fried. And then it gets interesting below. Evaldi, he is a definition of a boomer bust at this point of the season. He's getting a great matchup against Pittsburgh. In plus matchups as of late, he went to Houston somehow and got 26. But he also went into, played home at Toronto, got -12. So he's all over the map, but he's got 30-point upside. Like when he faced at Oakland, 30 points. He had a stretch of 3 games in a row, late May, early June, where 30 against Seattle, 30 against Baltimore, 30 against Oakland, even, 21 against the Angels here. So the upside is there for 7,700. You're going to need – so what you need tomorrow is, I would assume, between DeGrom, McClanahan, and Darvish, 2 of the guys are going to go over 20. 2 of the guys can probably reach 30. So you want somebody down low, if you're going to take that discount, that has the potential, if everything works out, to reach that 20, 30-point game. And Evaldi has that, especially in a plus matchup against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is just terrible. Like
Yeah.
their lineup is just ugly. People are making fun of them on Twitter every day, and for good
Yeah.
reason. Staying away from Montas, staying away from Barrios, even though Yankees have struggled. Barrios from like a low owned leverage play at 6,700 can get you there. He's been real shitty the last two starts, got blown up against Cleveland and Minnesota. So he's again the definition of a boom or bust, but due to the fact that he's facing the Yankees, I'll lean Evaldi. And then outside of that, not touching Sanchez, not touching Hernandez, who, I don't even know how this guy's still in the league. And then I guess you can maybe take a shot on Brubaker. He's been good. Boston, for the most part, is out of it. They're trying to hang in there. So see what lineup they roll out at 6,300 kind of makes some sense. Your thoughts there, on those pitchers I went over?
Yeah, I mean, Brubaker, I think, is someone in play, but I think my favorite of all of them, and you spent some time there, is Evaldi. You're right. You're looking for a guy that can get you over that 20-point plateau. And what's even more important with Evaldi, look at his home ERA. It is 6.26. Well, where is he pitching tomorrow night? On the road in Pittsburgh, where he's 2.64, almost a third of what his home ERA is. I don't know what it is. He's had almost the same amount of starts at each place. He's just so much more effective on the road. And what's the key here? At home, he's about an 7.5 Ks per 9 pitcher. On the road, he's over 1 K per inning. He's almost 10 Ks per 9. So he's just better. There's something. They must put something in that mound he doesn't like. Whatever it is right now, Evaldi on the road, good. Evaldi on the road versus the Pirates, great. So, yeah, I'm with you. 7,700. I got a star, maybe 2 next to his name.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, the optimal build that most people go about doing. The only negative to that, and that's if I was making one lineup, that's where my brain would go to, DeGrom, Evaldi. The only problem with that is now you have to get different at your other spots, because that's probably going to be the most used combo, at least, looking at it 11 o'clock at night the night before. That's where I think a lot of people will go. Now, make sure you check out our home run model. The home run model has been on fire at Win Daily Sports. Us staff picking based on our gut and some statistics. We've been on fire. Tony's been on fire, hotter than the model and us combined. So he's been killing it. You've been killing it. So make sure you check us out at windailysports.com and check out that home run model. Check out our projection model every single day of the week. Check out Dave's article and all the articles at windailysports.com. Hop in that expert chat. Ask us those tough questions while you're building your lineups as well. And use promo code STIX22, the number 22, STIX22. You'll get a free month. Lock in. Check out your season-long rankings, half-point PPR, full-point PPR. All of our projection models, all of our articles, expert chat, everything I listed for free for a month at windailysports.com. But now, Dave, DeGrom, Evaldi, if you go that route, you have an average player amount of $4,000 each, which is a healthy amount to go out there and load up your stack. So we said we like some pitchers. We said some pitchers are boom or bust potential. Where would you go with your core stack, your first stack? If money wasn't an option, who do you think scores the most runs tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the San Diego Padres. Anibal Sanchez has not scored over double digits in one game this year on DK, averaging about 7 points a game. He's consistent. I'll give him that. He can get you single digits if that's what you like. But for the opposing side, I think the Padres are a really strong team to stack against him. And my favorite, and I'll give it out tonight, is my first home run pick, Manny Machado. He's had some career numbers.
Machado for me.
Oh no, we can both go there.
No. You got it. You got rights to it. Just for you doing that, I'm going to take Cronenworth off the board as well, because San Diego, like you said one thing, he's consistent. The other thing he's consistent in, he's given up at least one home run in every start, and he hasn't gone over 5 innings. And out of those starts, 4 out of the 6 starts he has this year, he's let up 2 home runs. So Machado hits one, Cronenworth hits one. So we're both good on those home run props. But continue on about your Padres stack.
Well, I mean, just the simple fact is Machado's 9 for 19 in his career off Sanchez. Okay, whatever. But 5 of them are home runs. Hey, find a guy that has a career that home runs of 5 or more off a starting pitcher and sign me up. I just think the numbers are there. You're probably going to be in the 300 range with Machado. Might even be down at 270, 280. But either way, love it. And then if you look up and down the lineup, obviously you got to squish Soto in there somehow, some way. I'm a little leery on Bell. Just he hasn't played well yet for the Padres. So I'm going to look at guys like Profar, you mentioned it, Cronenworth, and, some of the other guys, at catcher, real interesting. If you could get Alfaro in there, it'll be interesting if they go back to Nola. One of those two guys you can get for cheap. So that's where I'd start my stack at.
Yeah, add Trent Grissom in there
Yep.
too. Guy can't hit for average, but 7 for his last 28, 2 home runs. He's got 15 home runs on a year. So you're hoping him at 3,300 gives you a slight discount and allows you to hopefully get a home run out of him. Lefty righty matchup. You nailed it. Great pitcher to attack. So why not have a little stack or mini stack. Cronenworth, I think he's going to smash here. Machado, obviously, great spot. Other lineups that you like, though, for tomorrow, we both got home run props for Cronenworth and Machado. Thoughts about the Mets versus Fried, potentially going Tampa Bay here, maybe attacking Barrios with a Yankee stack who hasn't been hitting, maybe going against the grain if you're not playing Evaldi, and go with a super low owned Pittsburgh stack just to get different. Other thoughts here? Where you at?
Yeah, I mean, both. I wanted to go Yankees, but if I'm going to sit here and pay up for DeGrom, it's going to be tough to get Yankees in, and then they just continue to not hit. It might be the curse of Jordan Montgomery. I don't know yet, but there's something going on with this team. So I'm going to have to go against them. I'm going to go on the other side of the field, and I'm going to look at the Toronto Blue Jays. They actually, they haven't had too many games against Frankie Montas, but they've seen him 60 times plate appearances and bat 370 off him. The key is Whit Merrifield has had some great at-bats against him. Some others in that lineup that you're going to like, Benintendi. No, I'm sorry, that's on the wrong side. Springer looks like he's had some good success against him, 5 for 16 in his career. So looking at that stack, I know the Blue Jays have been a little cold too offensively, broke out of the slump a little bit today, but I think the Blue Jays could be a low-owned stack in a game that people will probably have a lower total to right now, looking at 8.5. So Blue Jays, I lean a little bit just based on their success against Frankie Montas.
Yeah, that's a definite. Look, New York, small hitters park. So, and there's power on both sides. I think that will be a game where, if I had to, I probably lean with the Yankees finally breaking out with Montas being the better pitcher here. But like you said, he hasn't looked great as well since coming over. He's looked good, but not great. So there's a situation here that, he can be in a possible stack combination. I think Boston, you got some cheaper bats, which you wouldn't expect to. In Boston, you got Verdugo at $3,000.
Yeah.
You got Bogarts only $4,300. Depending on who gets to start at first base, Hosmer or Dalbec, they're cheap as well. 3,028. So I think Boston for a mini stack makes sense. And then you got Tampa Bay, going against Hernandez. They have cheap bats across their entire team, from catcher at Mejia, Ji-Man Choi, 3,200. Brandon Lowe is like the only guy that's over 4,000 right now. So if you need value, and Arozarena is over 4,000 as well, he's 4,700. But there's so many bats here that you can slide in for some good value. David Peralta, 3,100. So I think Tampa Bay is another spot that you can look to. Mix and match your San Diego power with some value from either Boston, Tampa Bay, or maybe sprinkle in some lower owned Toronto or New York Yankees. But let's finish off the show, man. The home run model is not out yet. It publishes every morning, after all, some of the players are announced and stuff like that. So we have no home run model to go by. That's all going by our statistics, our research, our gut. I said Cronenworth after you took my Machado play. I'll let you take the first pick again. Who do you got for your second home run call?
Look, I'm not going to take your Goldie, but I am going to the game of the Rockies and the Cardinals. Sensatella is just he's a bad pitcher for the Rockies. I think on the season he's up to 20 home runs allowed. But Goldie's one of those great contact hitters. He came through with a home run prop for me early in the season. Came through big for you the other night. But I'm going to go to one of his teammates. I'm going to go Tyler O'Neill, who was 5 for 7 in his career off Sensatella. I think someone's going to hit one. And I think those contact hitters, like, I lean Carlson, but no, I'm going to go O'Neill. I'm going to take O'Neill as a long shot home run value against the Rockies starter. And it's been surprising, to be honest with you. They really haven't teed up off Freeland as much as you thought they would have. They haven't teed up off Marquez as much as they would have. But I think tomorrow we're going to see a St. Louis offense that we're used to.
Yeah, let me look at one thing because I wasn't looking at the early slate. I want to check out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I went all day on that one. Yeah.
No. You got to go for it, man. If you got the edge on a home run prop that's non DFS, for the late slate, I just want to. You encouraged me to look at one thing before I give out. I was going to go with somebody else, but I want to see one thing. Maybe I can sneak one by in this early slate, get some early action. Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go early slate. This is for Tony, man. It's one of his favorite players. I feel like he's always picking in from home runs or value play, whatever the case may be. Let's go with a little Cedric Mullins. Yeah, this is for Tony, man. I'm going to ride his hot streak. Adrian Sampson, not anybody you got to worry about. You got the platoon effect, righty versus lefty. Baltimore wants to keep winning games, so give me Cedric Mullins. I was thinking about going someone sneaky like a Brandon Lowe or David Peralta for Tampa Bay, but let's go to early games. Let's go with our guy Cedric Mullins.
I love it. I think obviously the Orioles good hitting team and the Cubs bad pitching team. So that combination, I think you're going to see a home run. Mullins in the leadoff spot, you're at least getting 4 at bats, which is a pretty good play there. I like it.
Yeah, I might slam my computer if
no, it's not.
The Mets just blew a 4-run lead. Now it's a 2-run lead. Man on, 1-0 count, 2 outs. Acuna's up. Acuna's got no power, so I'm not really worried for him a home run, man. He hasn't been really swinging it.
Is Diaz pitching the 8th and leaving Trevor May for the 9th?
I don't know. But I don't question Buck, man. Like all year long, This guy has pulled the right strings. So I'm assuming after all these runs to score, the heart of the lineup was kind of up in the 8th, and he cruised through that 8th because it was a tighter game.
Yeah.
And then it became a 4-run lead game, so I figured they don't want to pitch Edwin so they can pitch him tomorrow. And now Acuna's up. I don't know, man. You want to sweat this out with me, or you want to talk for a couple minutes?
Let's sweat it out, man. I this is what baseball does to us, man. It's awesome. You feel in the bag in 1 minute, and then all it takes is one swing, and that team's back into it.
Can you agree with me at this point? Let's see if you're on the same level as me. And this is hopefully while Acuna gets out. At this point in time, oh shit. Oh, no. Oh, thank you, Lord. He had a line drive, right center field gap, 5 feet from the fence. Yeah, Marte caught it. He ran it down.
Wow.
Off the bat, it looked kind of scary, but I'm glad the Mets won. May held it down. But my question for you, and we can leave on this. At this point in time, from where people drafted this guy, from the swag that he's showing on the field, I'm saying Ronald Acuna is overrated at this point for his current production. Do you agree with that, or you think the upside is still so good that this guy is so great that he is deserving of his level of status at this point?
So I do think he's great. I do think the upside's there, but I think the swag's got to be toned down just a tad, because if he's lucky, he's the 5th best hitter on that team right now. So yeah, I think and I love people showing their personality, but
you got to be a little bit better. Like you got to be either with the home runs or with the home runs. Yeah, Tony, we got to win, and thank the Lord for that. That would have really hurt if they even went to extra innings there. But no, I think at this point he's a little bit overrated for the cockiness and the swag. And like same thing with you, I I don't dislike the cockiness and swag. It's not because he's on the Braves, but like he's not on that level where like he hits a double or he slides home. He didn't really do much, and like he's like staring people down like he just hit a ball like 480. Like if you hit a ball 450, look at it, throw the bat. Or if you're hitting 320, you know.
He did it for me the other day when he did the LeBron after he hit a homer against the Marlins that meant nothing. And I just said, come on, man. Like, what's that? Your 7th homer this year? Like, stop.
And that ring is not really his ring. So, like, don't even say you got a ring. Like, you can be like this, like you won a championship. You have a ring, but you had no part in that ring at all.
Yep.
And you were just a spectator, and now you're running around with all this extra swag, and you're hitting like with no power. I see the power. His swings are getting better, and he's coming off a bad injury, and he came back quick. So, but I don't see him in that. I don't know if he ever gets back to that Trout level or what Goldie's hitting right now, or Harper-ish level. But he's got the potential because he's a 5-tool player. He can run, he can catch, he can field, he can hit with power in the past, but just hasn't been there this year so far.
Yeah, and he's only 24. So listen, I think that the sky's still the limit for this kid. But if you let it get to yourself and you don't put in the work and you're a little bit more about that swag, that's what I'm worried about with him. So we'll see.
You have a chance. You can sign Tatis, Soto, Acuna, or let's go with somebody a little bit older, Mookie Betts, and Trout. Those 5 guys. Who do you take?
Soto.
I'll take Mookie.
Yeah, I love
Mookie. Mookie just shows up. He's kind of like underrated at this point for me. Like he's done it all.
Yeah.
Defensively, he's better than I would say almost all of them.
He is.
Hitting wise, speed wise, and consistency. Dude's there, but Soto does have that upside. But he's also fell off this year too. I don't know because he's playing on a bad team, whatever the case may be. But interesting how these guys get these contracts and then see what happens.
Yeah, no, I love myself some Mookie too. So I'm the guy's just a baller. I love watching him play. Well, he's been out like I want to say he's missed like 15 to 20 games, something in that range. I think he has 27 homers.
He's got real rings, and he's defensively. People don't realize how good he is defensively. Like big plays, gunning people down, robbing home runs. Like he's done it all throughout his career, and he's been pretty healthy, throughout it all too. So, now interesting time, man. Appreciate you today. Hopefully your Phillies are there with us, at the end of the year. Hopefully the Mets stay healthy. Oh, we got a game this weekend. Where are we playing? In Philly?
Yeah, 4-gamer.
Your boy, your cowardly friend, Noah Syndergaard decided he doesn't want to pitch. Like, how do you – like, you do it one time, all right. Like, we can call it whatever we want to call it. But really? Like, is it really – what do you think it is? And you're at home, like nothing's gonna happen to you.
I don't know what it is. I'm really distraught by it because you could make the excuse, oh, he's not getting his 5 days of rest the Angels gave him, because they had 6 starters. Well, he pitched Monday, he's getting his 5 if he goes Sunday. Like it's a little bizarre to us because that's not the type of athlete we kind of rally around. So I hope
and the locker room, like you're coming over and like you're saying, I don't want to. So if you don't want to pitch against the Mets in like I wouldn't call it a meaningless game on a Sunday. Like, are you going to want to pitch against them? You got to face them, like, in the playoffs? Like, are you going to not? I'd rather get that shit out of the way now than have to do it, like, during the playoffs. So that makes no sense to me. Like I said, one pass, go. You can make an excuse. But the second time around, everybody's calling you out on it. At that point, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to pitch. You guys going to talk all this shit? Like, I wanted my rest, but whatever. But, like, I'm out here and, And to the rest of the pitching staff and the team, you're fighting for a playoff spot. You're taking personal. What could it be? Like, do you not want to fail against them? Are you fearful of somebody in the lineup? They're not going to throw at you because you got a DH. What do you really think it is?
He didn't leave on bad terms either, right? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Like, what's going to happen? They can't throw at him anymore if he did say something or did do something. Like, what is it?
I just guess he's like emotional. That's my only guess. Like just because of how long he was there, he just can't see the other side. I don't know, but it's not good by me. I'll tell you that much. But he's going to have to really throw some gems now here on out to make up for this.
Yeah, man. I don't get it, man. We'll see what happens. I don't get the swagginess of Acuna when he's not really performing, and I definitely don't get why Noah's cowardly not wanting to face the Mets in a playoff race. Just doesn't make any sense. But we'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you check out the home run model. PGA's got a big tournament starting tomorrow morning. Check out. We have 3 articles up from PGA. We won multiple outrights last weekend. So these guys have been hot in golf. If you missed the show on YouTube, make sure you go watch their show on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us at Win Daily Sports on Twitter. Hop in our expert chat at Win Daily. Use promo code STIX22, the number 22, for a free month at Win Daily Sports as well. We'll be back tomorrow. Everybody, good luck on a Thursday.